Hello, welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this week's chapter of The Unknown by Lacey and Olivia Julius.
The stadium lights blazed down, casting long shadows on the field as the crowd roared around me. I stood on the sideline, helmet in hand, my heart pounding in my chest like a war drum. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, and we were down by 6 points. This was it, the moment every high school quarterback dreams about and dreads at the same time. Coach Patterson grabbed my shoulder, his eyes locking onto mine with a mix of intensity and trust. "This is your game, Tyler," he said. "You've got this." I nodded, slipping my helmet back on, feeling the familiar weight and the tightness of the chin strap. As I jogged onto the field, the noise of the crowd faded into the background. It was just me, my team, and the opposing defense standing between us and victory. I looked at my teammates, their faces with a mix of exhaustion and determination. Jason, my wide receiver, gave me a nod. We'd been through countless hours of practice together, and in this moment, I knew we were ready. The center snapped the ball into my hands. I took a quick step back, scanning the field. The defensive line was closing in fast. I spotted Jason breaking free from his defender and launched the ball. It spiraled through the air, a perfect arc, landing in his hands just as he crossed the 50-yard line. He sprinted down the field, dodging tackles before being brought down at the 30-yard line. First down. The crowd erupted, but there was no time to celebrate. We quickly lined up for the next play. The clock was ticking, each second a reminder of the urgency. I called a run play, and our running back, Matt, charged forward, gaining a solid 8 yards. Second down and 2 to go. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my nerves. We were so close. I called a pass play this time, faking a handoff to Matt. The defense bit, and I rolled out to the right. My eyes locked onto our tight end, Lucas, who was wide open near the sideline. I fired the ball to him, and he caught it, stepping out of bounds to stop the clock. First and 10 on the 15-yard line. This was it. I called for a huddle, and we gathered around, panting and sweating. "We've got one shot at this, guys," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "Let's make it count." We lined up again, the adrenaline surging through my veins. The center snapped the ball, and I dropped back, scanning the field. The defense was tight, not giving an inch. I felt the pocket collapsing around me. I had to make a move. I took off, running towards the left sideline, dodging defenders as I went. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Jason sprinting towards the end zone, a defender hot on his heels. I planted my feet and threw the ball as hard as I could, watching as it sailed through the air. Time seemed to slow down. The ball hung in the air for what felt like an eternity. Jason leaped, extending his arms, and the ball slipped through his fingers just as the defender crashed into him. My heart sank, but the ref's whistle blew, signaling pass interference. We had another chance. First and goal on the 1-yard line. The clock showed 10 seconds. This was it. I called a quarterback sneak, knowing it was all or nothing. The center snapped the ball, and I pushed forward with all my might, the offensive line surging around me. I felt the defense pushing back, but I kept driving, inching closer to the goal line. I heard the roar of the crowd and the sound of the ref's whistle. I looked up, and there it was, the ball over the goal line. Touchdown. The stadium erupted into chaos. My teammates swarmed me, lifting me into the air. We still needed the extra point to win, but I knew we had the momentum. Our kicker, Ben, jogged onto the field and lined up for the kick. I watched, holding my breath, as he sent the ball sailing through the uprights. We did it. We won. As the final seconds ticked away, I stood there in the middle of the field, soaking in the moment. The crowd was cheering, my teammates were celebrating, and all the hours of practice, the sweat, the hard work, it all paid off. I looked over to my girlfriend Emma, she was cheering on the sidelines with the other cheerleaders. Her smile lit up the night, and I knew in that moment that everything had been worth it. I jogged over to the sidelines, my teammates patting me on the back as I went. Emma ran up to me, throwing her arms around my neck. "You were amazing out there, Tyler," she exclaimed, her eyes shining with pride. I grinned, pulling off my helmet and kissing her forehead. "I couldn't have done it without you cheering me on." The rest of the team was celebrating, hugging their families and friends. Coach Patterson approached me, a rare smile on his usually stern face. "Great job, Tyler," he said, clapping me on the shoulder. "You showed real leadership out there." "Thanks, Coach," I replied, feeling a surge of pride. It was a team effort. We made our way to the locker room, the atmosphere buzzing with excitement. As we changed out of our football gear, the reality of the win started to sink in. This was a night we would remember forever. Once I was done in the locker room, Emma found me outside, she put her hand in mine. "So, what's next for the great Tyler Matthews?" she asked with a teasing smile. I chuckled, shrugging. "I guess we'll see. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy this moment." We shared a brief kiss.